Hello Sagittarius, how are you guys doing? I hope you are well. That you find yourself feeling a sense of being comfortable, in your body, in your life experience, in your skin really at the moment. My name is High Priestess Elif. I am a spiritual healer, spiritual life coach, and a no tools medium. I do play with the cards. I use the cards in my readings to help me to interpret the messages that I receive from Spirit. But most of my reading is based on me channeling. So even what I say to you in my greeting, that is from Spirit. Before I start my readings, I meditate and I open a channel between my subscribers and myself for a remote healing. So I'm not only reading for you, I'm also doing a remote healing for you in the areas of relationship with yourself, love, just love as a whole. I always say everything is about love. Your relationship with every aspect of your life is about love. It can be traced right back to your relationship with yourself. And this is what makes the twin flame journey such an incredible one, because it's not about another person, it's about you. It's a journey to consciousness, beloved. So for those of you who are new, everything that I say from the time I start recording until I finish is me channeling. As I said, I have Spirit with me, bringing me messages, showing me energy, giving me visions. I have to interpret these impressions, the energy, and the messages often in ways that would make sense to you. That is my job. That is what I get to do. So nothing that I say is my personal opinion. I have no judgment or bias into your situation. Some of the things that I say, I read the comments. And thank you guys for your comments, your likes, your subscription. As I said, it allows me to extend a remote healing for you when you subscribe, but also you're supporting my channel really, really helps other people to have access to these messages, people that might need to receive them. When I read the comments, it's really lovely because I get such beautiful feedback. You guys are incredibly kind and I really appreciate it. I don't know who's coming to watch these videos. Not everybody understands this world, I think. I'd like to think that if you are watching, that you are used to, what tarot's about, what channeling is about, you are very spiritually aware yourself, but everybody's in a different place, and so not everybody's ready to receive messages. Or receive what it is that I am channeling or I'm bringing. I read your comments, and as I said, they're incredibly kind, but I often don't even know what I said in these videos. Sometimes I read a comment and I go back and I watch it because I am channeling. I'm not doing a talk. So I don't know a lot of what it is that I share with you, that I channel for you, and a lot of the messages that I relate to you, I don't know what I've said very often. So depending on where we are on our journey, we can find ourselves being very open to certain things. And as I said, we trust our guides and keepers. Your guides know who of you need to be led here. And I always ask that you take a few deep breaths, settle into your intuition. Ask your guides and keepers to guide you, to help you to recognize the messages that are meant for you, so that you can claim them without a doubt. Even the things that would generally or usually make you uncomfortable or trigger you a little bit. Sometimes that's what we need in order to recognize the areas in our life, our characteristics or our personality, our behavior, and most importantly, our belief patterns that hold us in a backward place. Okay? So trust your intuition. Trust your guides. Take a few deep breaths, settle into your intuition and ask them. Don't be afraid to ask your guides and keepers for guidance in every area of your life. In fact, I wouldn't do anything without checking with my guides first. it's an incredible thing to know that we are not alone, that we have access to so much here to make our experience a fulfilling one, a blessed one. So many of us don't even make use of everything we've got access to. So Sagittarius, I'm doing your zodiac reading for the month of July, and we're taking a look at love for you. I do love readings. Other things can come through. As I said, everything, even your relationship with money, is about love. Your money is your personal currency. How you treat your money gives me a great indication of how you feel about yourself. And so it is with all the various areas of our lives. They're symbolic of an aspect of self. I'm going to give particular attention to the twin flames on the twin flame journey, because as I've said last month, that is what I'm going to be focusing on moving forward. The energy shifting in a powerful way, and that's what I'm being called to do. And many readers you will find are doing the same thing, because and for those of you watching who are open to these channels, you know it. Things are aligning, and it's time for a lot of these unions to come. A lot of these counterparts to come together, to come into union in the 3D. And the beautiful thing is that there is no separation. Separation is an illusion, because on a soul level, you are one. You are not two separate beings. You are one soul. You are only two separate beings on a mind and a body level, your physical body and your mind. That's the only place where you are separate. But on a soul level, you are one. So we're really giving some extra attention, support to the twins, myself and my guides, with the zodiac reading. So Sagittarius, that's what we're looking at, and we'll do it the same way we did it last month, where I look at the divine masculine's energy and the divine feminine's energy. Most of you watching these videos are the divine feminine, because the divine feminine is the positive polarity. So I'm not referring to the gender when I say divine masculine or feminine. I'm referring to the energy that you embody in your dynamic. The divine feminine is just a term. All these terms have just been created to help us to make sense and to understand what it is we are referring to. But it's not a man or a woman. You can be any sex, and you can be a divine masculine or a divine feminine. It is the positive and negative polarity. And when I say that, your mind is inclined to want to make things right or wrong, black or white, but really the soul knows. And this is where we go wrong as humanity. The soul knows there is no good or bad. There is good and bad in everything, but it is ultimately perfect in that balance. There is, you get what I'm saying? It is only the mind that needs to differentiate and set things apart. And so we have a tendency to do this on the twin flame. Set yourselves apart, to say, well, I'm the one that's right, and my divine counterpart is the one that's wrong. So therefore, we lean towards saying divine masculine and feminine, because if we say positive and negative polarity, your mind has a tendency to want to make one right and one wrong. And that's not the case. It's just different. It's just different. Okay? So we're looking at your individual energies. We're looking at what's been going on in the 3D and where you guys are now. This gives us a nice indication of how aligned your energies are, where you are in terms of your energies in the 3D, and where your energy is. So in the 3D, I refer to the action that you are taking, how you are behaving. When I refer to the 5D, I refer to your energy. What is your processing? What is happening on an energy level? What is happening with your chakras? You know, all of those things. And then, of course, there's the soul, which just is. So we don't even have to look at that. Your soul just is. Your soul is love. And you have one soul. Okay, Sag, let's begin. The archangels in the north, south, east, and west have their sacred flames burning. You've entered a sacred space. And as I said, there's a remote healing, channeled healing, directed to you for my subscribers in the areas of love. We give thanks to my guides and keepers for helping me to do what I do. Helping me to bring a clear channel, to bring clear messages to you. And spirits of air, fire, water, and earth, especially fire for the Saggies. Thank you, spirits. Okay, let's see what's happening. So, for the divine masculine, and you would know this because you know your person, your divine masculine's always been intuitive on some level. And we all are, right? But openly intuitive, where they would express that they receive synchronicities, or they'd have dreams, or they pick up on energy and so forth. There has been communication, and they've been receiving information and downloads from spirit, from their guides, the angel guides, about the various areas in their lives and about your dynamic. They have changed direction. They have changed direction, and there initially was contrast, a difference between what they were doing in their waking life and what was happening intuitively. But the path was always there, and it stayed the same, and the paths become clear to them. And this is leading them to the place now where they really want to express appreciation when it comes to you. For the divine feminines, you have a lot of fond memories when you think about being with your divine masculine. I see that there was a lot of exciting things happening around you being together, you working together, or doing projects, community projects, perhaps spending time with friends, social events. It could be work and social. That's the kind of dynamic I'm seeing. Lots of laughter, lots of good times, and you really look towards a positive outcome. You were very, very committed. You, divine feminine, knew and understood what this was with absolute clarity. There was no difference between what was happening for you on a 3D level and a 5D level. For you, you were very clear about what it was, and it filtered into every area of your life. And you were very clear and committed towards your person. Immediately you started to allow yourself, set an intention to move towards whatever it is when it comes to the two of you. But there was a lot of outside factors that started to come into play for you, that you were trying to figure out how the two of you would navigate beyond that. There were you started to feel as though you might be stuck because, as I said, where you were very clear and you were already fully invested very early on, you could see with your person, even though on an energy level, you could see they knew and they understood what this was, there was still this contrast in how they showed up in their actions. And it's very possible that all these people that these factors that you were starting to take into consideration that felt like a blockage had more to do with them, or was about things going on in their lives, but you took the gamble anyway. And this obviously led you down a path with yourself, questioning whether you did the right things or not, because finding yourself in a painful place. What you may not know is that, and it's possible for many of you that your person has expressed this to you, is that the divine masculine here felt that they were also taking a risk and a gamble, because you were clear about what this was, but they were not. And whether it showed in their actions, they'd already decided, and in their heart and in their energy, they were already coming towards you. But obviously something happened here. Spirit is saying to me, something happened here that put a stop or an end to it, or hindered that flow, that progress of moving forward. Spirit is also saying to me, for many of you Saggies, you have a couple of things that you are focusing on at the moment, that you are doing, that you are wanting to do, either in work, at home. There are a few things that are really annoying you with whatever it is you're dealing with. So you know what you want, you know how you want to move, and you don't understand why it's not happening as quickly as you'd like. Spirit is saying, I need to share with you that because there is this underlying impatience, it spills over into this a little bit of frustration, annoyance, questioning what is going on, and that questioning shifts your energy. Don't do that. Occupy yourself with things that you do enjoy whilst you are waiting. Your person, very, very frustrated, because they are trying to figure out how do they make their way back, or not back, how do they make their way towards being able to have that conversation with you, being able to be okay with you, because Spirit is showing me that this divine masculine burnt bridges with you here. They're also frustrated because they want certain things to be in place when they do speak to you, when they do express certain things to you, and it's taking long for them too, and this is frustrating them. I'm seeing a lot of frustration for them about little things. For some of you, for some of your divine masculine, where you know, sometimes it's just that when in the past things have gone wrong, when you thought they were going to go right, there is still this tendency to, even though you know things are going to work out and things are fine and that they're going in the right direction, there's a little bit of a tendency to have your mind, the mind does that, it's ego that does that, starts wondering, is it going to happen? Should I expect to be disappointed? Should I be expect for things not to work out here? Should I be looking elsewhere? Spirit is saying that is based on the ego trying to protect you because of past experiences, but that also causes a hindrance. Focus on the positive flow that has come into your life. Meditate. Shift your energy in a direction that's going to allow you to experience all of the abundance, the positivity, and the sense of appreciation because you've achieved so much. And whether you know this or not, for those of you who are not in contact with your divine masculine at all, Spirit is showing me your divine masculine is not the same person. They're the same person at the core, but they're not the same quality that they were the last time you guys spoke. There's been a lot of leveling up here. You're going to be surprised. Be careful, Saggies, please, be careful of the tendency to analyze, to look for cracks. Be careful. Be careful of the tendency to look at something that you've known for a long time or someone that you've known for a long time with old perspective. And yes, you can say to me, but Elif, they showed me who they are. How can I pretend that is not, that there's somebody different? There's the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups. That is what I'm saying. I feel this leveling up. I feel in your divine masculine's energy this straightening of the shoulders, feeling bigger, bolder, feeling confident, feeling as though they can hold themselves up and everything that they've ever wanted. And I felt this energy in the chest area. This is the heart chakra. This is that, the love that flows from the soul. Be careful, as I said, because you will say, yeah, but when somebody shows you who they are and this and that and the other, yes. And that's your choice. You can allow that to be the truth. That you can allow that to be your truth. But let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to align with my soul. I'm going to settle into my intuition. I am going to listen to the feeling that my soul pushes up when I say, on a soul level, who am I? What is it that I feel for myself, for me, on a soul level? Do I appreciate me? I absolutely do. Do I love me? I adore me. What do I think of myself? I think I am a good person. I think that there's so much goodness that oozes from me, from my soul for me. So what is that? That goodness that my soul is expressing to me, about me, is the same soul of my twin flame. So I get to choose. Do I go with my mind's compulsive need to try and protect me, or do I listen to what my soul is saying? Then I ask myself, do I need protection? No, I'm okay on my own. I don't need anybody. I'm not in danger. So rationally, I don't need to rely on a false sense of guardedness. I want the truth, and the truth can only be revealed to me by my soul. This is why I say we get to choose. You make your own choices. Let's see what Spirit says, Saggies. What is happening for you and your person? Ooh, my nose is itching terribly. It's that irritation, it's that frustration. Why is things not moving then? Elif, if you're saying all of these amazing things, why are they not moving? Why is this person frustrating me so terribly? And your DM is very frustrated because your DM wants to get to you. The DM wants to be there already, but knows and understands there's a pathway. Thank you, Spirit. Ace of Cups, Two of Cups. You guys are ready for a new beginning. Kindred spirits. Huh? These two people that share one soul two apples from the same branch. In fact, not even the same branch, bloom from the same flower by chance. Many won't be able to explain it. Many won't understand it. Why feel the need to explain it to anybody? Why even feel the need to try and help your mind to understand the depths of this? This is soul stuff. This is the kind of thing that surpasses understanding. And that's where we get stuck. This has been manifested from the moment the star. Guys, I'm telling you, I picked this energy up. I cannot make this up. From the time that you met, when you started coming towards one another for that initial activation, you were one another's wish fulfillment. There is no other way to describe what this is. And this star is about healing. This was to activate this divine awakening, this spiritual awakening, the awakening of the consciousness. You cannot truly know what love is until you have that agape love. And agape love is the kind of love that is on a soul level. So when we try and allow the ego to figure out what is happening and how do we get there and what do we do and what don't we do, we mess things up, and that's where we've been. But you see, the ego, and that's why we have the initial separation, the ego has to melt away, in a sense, where you begin to understand that you are more than your ego. There's been so much healing here. When this initial separation happened, both of you felt very betrayed. You felt very betrayed, and the both of you felt like, this is it. I want to have nothing to do with this person again. This is not the kind of person that I want to have in my life, and surely I was wrong about this person. But you guys have realized that that was ego. There was a marriage here that was not really a marriage. It was probably just still living together, or still doing things more as friends than as an actual married couple, but legally possibly still being married, also still being very tied to maybe a family business, that sort of thing, being very, very rooted in old paradigms, old belief systems, because that's where your DM's value system was very invested and rooted in, and so was yours in your own way. But there's been a maturing here. There's been a merging. You see, there's this merging that takes place on every level of your life. There is this individuation that takes place inside of you between your divine masculine and feminine, the female and masculine energy in you. Then it happens in the various areas of your life where balance comes into place. So your 3D wisdom, your book smart, your knowledge, your street smart, and your intuition also went through an individuation process where it came together and merged. That's what I'm seeing. And what's going to happen here, as I said, I'm sensing with this divine masculine, this feeling of feeling stronger, feeling as though they can hold themselves up in their lives, feeling as though they can carry themselves forward in any direction they want. I'm feeling the strength, this confidence, the sense of being whole, and them wanting to build their empire in the way that they've always wanted, but sometimes doubted, and so became distorted in control, in the excessive need to be in control. And that's why I'm hearing from Spirit that your divine masculine was very, very angry with you, because they felt as though you were trying to control them and manipulate them. And but it wasn't even you. They just felt out of control in your connection because of the huge impact that it had on them. It frightened them. and they don't like feeling out of control. And guess what? Neither do you. You mirror one another. Be careful not to find yourself automatically going back into this, when your person comes in or towards you, into that control. Well, what is this? I want to see what this divine masculine is going to be bringing to the table. Otherwise, I'm not going to waste my time, because I'm not going through the same crap that I went through before. If that's your energy, my darling, male or female, take some more time. Don't feel compelled that when they reach out to you to go and meet with them if you're on a defensive energy, because as I said, you are one soul. And if you find yourself looking at the other person to see, that energy says, I don't trust you, because I don't trust myself that I'll be able to take care of me if you're not giving me or offering me exactly what I want. It's about what I want, which is all ego stuff. That's not from the soul level. That's why I say, you are fine. You are whole. This happened. You didn't die. In fact, you grew stronger. So you need to trust that the universe always has your back. You need to trust that even when you experience challenges, or when things are delivered to you in a way that looks different, that there's purpose in it. That is spiritual wisdom. So if you are feeling defensive, there's nothing wrong with it. That's where you are. But then when your person reaches out, you say, I'd love that. Will you give me a couple of days? I'm just busy, or I'm not ready. Spend a few days in meditation with your soul, because your relationships are about you and your soul. You are your soul. So me saying it like that is actually silly. Your everything in your life is about your soul. It's about you, the self version of you. And on a twin flame journey, it's about awakening and consciousness. And if you come with a defensive energy, which is ego, that's not the soul. The soul has no need to be defensive ever. If you come at your twin flame dynamic with ego, you're going to come out short every time. You trigger that runner chaser dynamic every time. The beautiful thing is that if you are aligned with your source self, even when your DM finds themselves feeling a little bit nervous and finding themselves spilling over into a little bit of a need to control, you will still be neutral. You will be able to, you won't be triggered by that. You will be able to remain in your love, in your trust, in your independence emotionally, and they will see themselves being silly and realizing there's no need to try and be in control, because I am love, dear. I am love. I can just be. Don't allow ego to control and dictate your lives. Yes, there's definitely, as I said, it was a marriage year that's come to an end. And that person that was holding on has let go, because they know your person deserves to be happy, and they will not be happy with them. You want equal give and take. This is why Spirit's showing me, for some of you, there's still that defensiveness. There's still that, well, I don't want to make a fool of myself, or I don't want this, or what if it's just this, or you know what I'm talking about. Spirit is saying equal give and take. Now, not everybody's going to get this, but there's no competition between the sun and the moon. There's no competition between the seasons. Some seasons still carry on, well, it seems that way, long after the seasons ended. There's no competition. Why? Because there is no lack mindset or energy of lack. A lack mindset comes from a deep belief that I'm not enough. And everything in nature, which is so symbolic of the universe, obviously, but we get to see it in the 3D, knows that it is enough. And the tree does not weep because its fruits fall. And the trees do not weep because sometimes they don't bear fruit and other trees do. Be careful of this. Be careful of this. You know, when you find yourself knowing that you have everything, because you're full here, you don't need anything from anybody else. You don't even need somebody else to make you feel special, because you are so busy making yourself feel special every day. Then you don't think about things like equal give and take. Because you don't have time to look at what somebody's giving you. You're so busy just appreciating them appreciating you. That what can seem like a little bit to one can be so much to you, because you're in an energy of appreciation. And what ends up happening is that they just give more and more. It happens automatically. But when you focus on that there might be lack, and you want to avoid lack, and you want to avoid being taken advantage of, and that you giving more than somebody else, you actually create an energy of that, and you manifest it. You and I are different. What I can offer is different because I am different, and what you bring in your energy is different because you are different. And if I'm going to compare you to me, in my need to have that comparison, I am going to devalue things that are very valuable about you, because I'm trying to add more value to myself. You see, that's ego stuff, guys. We benefit so much more when we live from a soul level, where we know and understand that if somebody comes and all they can do is give you a smile, if you allow yourself to fully immerse all of your focus and attention into how valuable that smile is, the world yields to that appreciation. And there is this abundant flow of goodness from every angle, and even from that person that you didn't even know existed, because you were happy to appreciate instead of analyze whether or not they were giving as much as you are. Some of you will understand, many of you will understand what it is I'm saying. Spirit is saying, you, my divine counterparts, have to remember this is a soul journey. It's a journey. It doesn't stop when your person comes into your life. It doesn't stop when your person comes into your life. This is a journey, a soul journey. You're going through a awakening of your consciousness. This is a soul journey, and you are going to have to be aware of that and conscious of that, and make you, your soul, the priority every day of your life. It's not a matter of when my person comes and we come in, we in union, then we together, and then we just gonna do relationship stuff. And it's a soul journey, guys. It's about making your soul your priority, your alignment your priority every day, even before you do anything with your person, because tending to your soul is tending to them, because they are your soul. Don't get caught up in the other stuff. That is what is going to lead you to long-term satisfaction, fulfillment, and what you would consider union in the 3D. And everything else in your life. And then that fear that there won't be equal give and take, or that I'll be working towards something that might then be taken away from me again, disappears, because you're not living from the ego that thinks about all of those things, tries to protect and worries about damage control, and then you don't even realize that The law of attraction's working, and you are focusing on those things, and therefore you're attracting it. If you don't, you have to look at yourself from your third eye, from your inner eye, from your soul self. That's the best perspective to look at yourself and your life from, through pure love. You can never go wrong with that. Even when it looks as though things are not working out, they will always work out. This has been a beautiful reading, Sag. This has been a beautiful reading. Some of you, as I said, are frustrated about little things not quite going the way that you want. Spirit is saying, go do something nice for yourself. Go and have some fun with your friends. Do something that's going to make you laugh so much and have so much fun that you don't even think about those little things that are not working out the way that you want. And they will sort themselves out. Thank you so much, Saggies, for allowing me to channel for you, to bring you these messages for the month of July. They are beautiful. Line up with the abundance that is coming in. Get ready to be ready, guys. Align with your soul. Every day, live a meditative lifestyle. Don't approach anything in your life from your mind. Settle into your intuition. Do it from a place of meditation, from quietness, from stillness. Allow your soul to speak and allow that to be your navigator, your director, because that is who you are. The Divine Masculine says, it is time to let go of who I was, because that's not me. That was just, you know, that was just my mind. That was just something that I made up because of various things. But I now know who I am. Everything that I did was just me experimenting and learning to trust myself. Even the things that didn't turn out so well, boy, did I learn. And now I can make my choices based on experience. See, there's value in everything, guys. It's all just contrast. For those of you who are interested in getting a personal reading, or you'd like to get spiritual life coaching to help you through these things, you're welcome to contact me. My email is in the description box below. Wishing you well, guys, and sending you so much love. You are loved. You are incredibly loved, and everything is working out for you. You just need to chill a little bit. Okay? Love and light to you, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.